Hello, today I'm going to show you how I remove nitrates from my 300-gallon pond. Yeah, I have some guppies in this tray right here, and I had a string algae problem that kept killing all my floating plants. So I just decided to go with it because about every week I have to get this green hair algae out of here, and it's a good amount of it. In order to get it out, I've been using this scraper. It's from an Aquascape kit off Amazon. They come with a couple tweezers and a pair of scissors for like $10 or $15. But anyways, yeah, I just kind of use this thing to spin it around like cotton candy. I try not to catch the guppies in there. Yeah, it's pretty fun doing this. I don't mind doing it every week. The only part I don't like about it is checking for snails. See, I got that. So then what I do now is I just push it like that. Then I take my little bowl here. Ta-da! Green algae. Hair algae. And then what I do now is I just go through it with my fingers and feel if there's any big knots, and it'll probably be a snail. Yep. Can't really see that. Just take my word for it, it's a snail. I think it's a dead snail shell, actually. Yeah, I tried floating plants in here, and they just didn't like this water quality and the light conditions. So I'm not going to try to force it. I think it acts as a good biofilter too. I think it's probably a big pain in the neck if you had a large aquarium with a bunch of light. The little baby guppies like to hide in it too. But yeah, every week I have to do this. The guppies make little tunnels and pass through it. I was worried they'd be getting stuck in it, but they tend to manage pretty good with it. These ones have been raised their whole life in it too. All of them except the biggest one, the mama. Yeah, this stuff, when it gets real bad, it'll start producing oxygen bubbles and it'll bring it to the surface. Yep, catching the rocks. Yeah, I just put rocks in here because I had some black worms. I really don't care too much about the rocks. The black worms died off. Yeah, I'll dump all this algae into a big bucket with water, and then in a couple days I'll check it to see if any fish or big snails got stuck in there. The fish will tend to work their way out, swim around at the bottom where the water is. The algae floats to the top, and the snails tend to do the same thing, but they climb the wall to the top. Yeah, it's a good amount of bio load I'm getting out of here every week. have a it's 150 watt light. I think they say it's a 1500 watt equivalent, but jeez, it's a mess. Yeah, it just gets rid of the extra nitrates. I mean, adds up quick. I think I'm eventually going to try to get a dry weight. But yeah, once I do this, then I'll usually take a net and then collect all the chunks of loose algae. One thing about string algae is when you're doing this, it actually propagates it and causes it to get all over the tray area. It stays out of my 300 gallon main tank because I don't have any light in there. That's good enough. Now it's slimy and nasty, but I like to check it for snails anyways. That's the only drawback, is I get some of my big ram's horn snails in there. But I guess if you don't like snails, this technique will keep them under control. Yeah, I just got these guppies. I didn't get all white ones. I ordered 20 random mutts off of Amazon. And I got 19 alive when they arrived, but I had about a dozen little babies in the bag too, so I didn't care. And then over about the course of 3 weeks, they got this disease. Most of them got the disease where it had little white spots that grew, but they behaved normally and they ate normally, but they just died off. They died off to 3. I got that clear one and two white males. And then I took all the darker colored ones out and I put them over here. Hey fellas. Yeah, guppies are interesting. I like them. I'm trying to breed a colored ones, hopefully metallic blue over this side, and then on the other side I'm going to do clear. Yeah. My female goldfish, she died. She ended up being 13 inches long, but she just went through 2 or 3 months not eating, and nothing in the tank was dying, so I knew it was she'd probably eaten some snails, and I think she had some digestive issues. I tried to unconstipate her and it just didn't work. I bought live food. She started eating that for a while, but eventually she just pine coned. Slow death process. But yeah, the male was bummed out and he kept on just hiding right there next to that cave, and he wouldn't move for 2 or 3 days. So I took my koi and my goldfish out of my 60 gallon and put it in there. Now they're buddies and he's active now. Hey, you want a shrimps? Here you go. Ow, it's my finger. Ow, it's my finger. There it is. There it is. Yeah, and then I got guppies. Of course, the little baby guppies got in here. But surprisingly, goldfish, they're fairly peaceful fish. I mean, he won't actively hunt them. If they're in front of him, he'll try to suck it and eat it. But other than that, yeah, the platinum koi, he's ornery. He's a little shark. He runs around and tries to get them, but the guppies are so fast. And also I have this net here, and I put a ball to weigh it down to where they pretty much have that top area to hide in. But surprisingly, they don't really care about the goldfish. Hey, buddy. Yeah, his name's OG, old guy. He's coming up on 8 years old. He's about 14 inches long. Anyway. Yep. Well, since I'm updating everything, I might as well. Let's see. I got a new koi. Gold face. And of course my minnows. I saved them from the bait shop. Yeah, the floating plants up here. Pretty much got to take a handful out every couple of days. It grows nicely in here. And I bought some of these from the pet shop, and I had previously, years ago with my first 35-gallon aquarium, tried to grow them underwater. Then I found out they were actually supposed to be partially submerged plants. Oh yeah, floating plants on this side don't do too hot. And I found out if the floating plants cover the whole surface and the guppies don't get no sun, they start to get diseases here and there. Like I found one of them that has had a tail. It's either tail rot or it was just a genetic defect. I think it's not a genetic defect, but it's the only one, so maybe it's genetic. Anyway, alright, I appreciate your time. Thank you.